So they'll be calling you a radical. It's salmon count time this year. You know, this acute catastrophe. The Chinook salmon have crashed 97% in 5 years. They go to sea for 5 years. The smoking gun of Chernobyl, as you know, still had crashed 99%. The epic acute collapse on the Pacific Ocean. So, update, as of today on the mighty Columbia, 152 Chinook salmon on 2.5 miles wide, 400 tributaries, not dams, have returned on the sonar. Not 152,000. No, I didn't say 152,000. I said 152. You heard me right. Verge of extinction? Yeah, and they're jockeying for fishing rights. It's emergency closed. I mean, I cannot overstate how people are asleep on the collapse of the Pacific. The epic whale collapse. And you see these fairy tale, feel-good, oh, the great freeway of whales. It's pathetic. And I want to say this, too. So, the incredible, disgraceful mainstream media of this country is so criminal. This imperialist, it's so disgusting. The way they are reporting this massacre in Ukraine that Putin is doing. This has been going on for 10 years, but not like this. This is acute March Madness. Way they report, oh, Biden has to walk back. Biden's the president of the fucking United States, and they're telling him to walk back his statements. And he says that Putin's got to go. Putin's got to fucking go. Are you kidding me? What, you're going to wait till he attacks Russia? And you think that's far-fetched. Okay, you think that's far-fetched. You think that's far-fetched. He lays out his old 1916 Russian Empire map. He lays it out. He's been doing it for 10 years. Well, for 15 or 20, to be exact, 20. He lays it out. It takes in all of Russia. It takes in all of Alaska, part of Oregon, part of the state of Washington, clear to Moscow, Idaho. You think I'm kidding? I mean, this is how illiterate the American populace is. Comes these Oregon ducks. Look at these guys. So, I zoomed in on one of the Canadians here a while back, and I read the tag. It was Russian. The peninsula, that catastrophe. So, the way that media is reporting this war, so I'll give you a couple links. YouTube, German public television is DW Germany. They have embedded freelance reporters inside, I mean, with guts. And I mean, not just this standing outside a hotel room in Kiev. No, they're in all over. The footage is, I mean, they'll warn you. Lots of dead bodies. France 24 English, which is public-backed television. They have a YouTube site. There's multiple sources you can go to. The way Europe is reporting this war, Europe reporting is night and day compared to the United States. The United States doesn't want Putin to go down. The imperialist media, let's get real. Imperialism is alive and well in the United States. The likes of the Bezos, the Gates, the yacht club. And their 0% interest rate and their peasants bowing to him. Of course they don't want, I mean, Putin goes down, imperialism. They don't want the mindset of dumb peasants fueling freaking billionaires, the yacht club. It's disgraceful how mainstream media, well, alt media too, the Putin sympathizers, are reporting this mass murdering monster. He's a fucking monster. Biden says he needs to be taken fucking out, this creep. Anybody that's going along with this, I mean, brand yourself in history, you fucking derelicts. I mean, the way that the United States is, well, simply, they'll say the word Fukushima now just in the last month. Now think about this. I mean, what an indictment on Washington Post, New York Times, well, KSL, locally, all of them. What a fucking indictment on them to cover up the greatest ecological catastrophe in human. We're not afraid of nuclear meltdown. Well, we are afraid of nuclear meltdowns, rightfully so. We're so afraid. I mean, we spend billions, gazillions. Everybody's afraid. until they fucking happen. Then it's like, I see nothing, I hear nothing, the Colonel Klink fucking media. So, this is reported today by a guy that I have really good sources. I talked to him email via in Austria. You know, because Austria's taking a lot of the refugees now, and they're very organized, whatever. And so, I still can't get in, or I'd be there. And as far as Austria goes. So, they're reporting between 16 and 20,000 killed Russian soldiers. Now, we're having a really tough time getting how many dead Ukrainian soldiers. I hear numbers between 3,000 and 7,000. Civilians, he says there's several agencies now that are reporting well over 4,000 civilians. Now, of course, the Washington Times reporting under 1,000 to this day. But we have 400 missing under one theater. I mean, he says that he estimates there's between 4,000 and 10,000 civilians. We're talking in a month. We're not talking this 10-year war. We're talking this month. You could take the United States media, anything they say, and you can use it for toilet paper and wipe your ass with it. It's that fucking, it's disgraceful. It's beyond disgraceful, the way that they're reporting. Well, Fukushima, I take it back. It's not disgraceful. It's fucking criminal. The black and yellow media, and the YouTubers, I mean, what is YouTube? Come on, let's get real. What have they turned it into? Soft porn and political dogma reinforcement. You know, that's what it is in YouTube. You have 9 bazillion bees, and it's just, all they're doing is regurgitating their political dogma narrative. They're not doing any work. You know, this beautiful genre, what they did to it. I am. I work at this every day. I have an army. You know, really, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I look back when videos were getting 20, 30,000 that I put up. I spent all my time policing trolls and fools. You know, so it really, the people that need to watch it. I have lots and lots of important sources all over. I mean, I have a reputation like you would not believe, and credentials like you would not believe, and source like I can make a video and speak to an audience of attorney generals around the country, different, all kinds of. I've got them kind of connections. You know, our small teeny army, our small army's powerful. You know, and you don't think we're winning this? You know, as far as the anti-nuclear thing, and you know, we have to. Putin's got to go. Putin's a imperialist, cold-blooded killer. It's disgraceful what he is. It's beyond disgraceful. So, as far as, like I said, YouTube is the source where you're going to get the decent stuff. You've got to find international media. If you're watching some individual who's over there with a YouTube camera or whatever, okay, I get that. It's not a broader step back from the wider perspective. It's very tactical and it's very individual, and those are important. I get it, and you know, I appreciate the people that are doing that kind of work. You know, they got a lot of guts, you know, and I really do appreciate those. But really, you need a wider narrative, a broader, you know, European narrative. They're their neighbors. I mean, European history, and so that's where you need to be, and you're going to get more of a reality perspective. There's several young journalists, freelancers, they got a camera crew, and they're out there, and I mean, they're with, you know, rebel fighters. I mean, it's out there. It's out there, you know. And again, I recommend France 24. That's public television in France. A lot of good works coming out of there. A lot of good, long, you know. I like the German media work that's being done right now on public television there. And, you know, it's stuff that's inside there. Not all we hear is Radio Goo-Goo, Radio Gaga, blah, blah, blah. I'm Joe Rogan, which is nothing more than Rush Limbaugh, Fox News light. CNN should be ashamed of themselves. Fox News should be arrested, freaking thrown out of the country like they did RT. You know, CBS, NBC, ABC. Oh my God, it's criminal. Yeah, I mean, it's like here, this epic acute drought, you know. They want to talk about it now when it's too late. You know, so fight on. You heard me right, 150. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, 152. You heard me right. 100, no snow on the grassy knoll. No snow on the grassy knoll. Just 80 degrees here, 25, 30 degrees above normal. But even bigger than that, there's just no. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, but I don't know what we're going to do. Kevin Blanche just predicted and told you before it even happened, just the greatest drought in 1,200 years. That's all. Not to mention, reported every single day in the incredible, historical, hardcore truth, the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. Fukushima, the Great Pacific Genocide. And I don't use that word lightly. You know, and that's what it is. 152. So, the massacre that monster, and that's what the fucker is. When he killed Anna in 2006 and Obama emboldened him, then his his greatest cheerleader, his best useful idiot in history, Trump, Obama, treasonous Trump, treasonous Obama. We'll see how Biden handles this. But I agreed with every word Biden said yesterday. I agreed with every word he said. And so, White House got to walk it back. CNN spinning away. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. The amount of death there in just 30 days, it's historic. You're talking one of the bloodiest freaking months in war's history. The only thing that even rivals it is the United States imperialists, what they did to Japan in 1945. August of 45, it's the top of the heap of the evil. There's nothing more evil than that. 2nd March of 2022. The big Z. I'm the guy that said before it ever happened, the Z's on their tanks because he's going in sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, plutonium wars. His first target was the big Z. And you love nuclear energy. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? You want more. Speaking of criminals, new scale little SMRs. Anybody that thinks that, if you're an anti-imperialist, if you're a real activist, if you're going to really do the work and you're really going to make a change in this thing, you got to be anti-nuclear energy, because that's the top of these imperialists, these yacht club. And, the imperialist media, they're so filthy, stinking rich foreign oligarchs that run our media. How the fuck are they even allowed legally in this country? CNN, ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox News should be immediately shut down. They should be shut down. They're foreign. They're foreign oligarch spin doctors. They're not media. How can they even call themselves media? They're spin doctors, just like 99% of YouTubers. Political dogma reinforcement. Status quo. Real sources, they're out there. You got to work them. So, just the greatest ecological catastrophe in use. It's just all coincidence. So, fight on in Ukraine. You've got plenty of fans here. Lots of fans that would do anything they could for you. You have lots of fans here that really are watching you. And they're like, take down these imperialists. So, stay in tune.